everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Miss Kristen. Today we're going to read a story about Kamishibai, which is a Japanese form of storytelling. We're going to read this book, Kamishibai Man by Alan Say, and that will explain what Kamishibai is, but I want you to try to say it with me. It's not too hard. You can look here. Ka, mi, she, bai, and put it all together, Kamishibai. And we will get started. All right, everybody. Our first book is called Kamishibai Man, and it was written by Alan Say. And in this book, it will explain what Kamishibai is. Not so long ago in Japan, in a small house on a hillside, there lived an old man and his wife. Even though they never had children of their own, they called each other Ji-chan and Ba-chan. Ji-chan is grandpa and Ba-chan is grandma. One day, Ba-chan said, "Ji-chan, you haven't said a word in 3 days. I've been thinking how much I miss going on my rounds." Ba-chan stared. "How many years has it been?" she asked. Yes, quite a while, but my legs are good, and I've kept the bicycle in good order. I don't know, but one day won't hurt, I suppose. Should I make some candies?" "That would be very nice," Ji-chan said. The next day, Ji-chan rode his bicycle down the hillside in the first light of morning. How many years has it been?" he asked himself. "And do I remember such a fine morning? All so fresh and young. Well, good morning to you, rickety old bridge, still going strong after all these years." He began to hum a tune that his mother used to sing when he was a small boy. When he came to the city, he stopped humming. "This isn't right," he said. "I must have taken a wrong turn. But there's that old house I used to go by every afternoon." A car horn blasted at him, then another. "Why are there so many cars all of a sudden? Look at these tall buildings. You'd think I was in another country." A truck blasted its horn behind him. He pulled into a vacant lot and panted. Can't a man ride his bicycle in peace? Don't remember such rude drivers." Catching his breath, he looked across the street and gaped. Can this be? There's that old noodle shop. Used to be the only building here. That and a nice park all around. Now look at all these shops and restaurants. They chopped down all those beautiful trees for them. Who needs to buy so many things and eat so many different foods? Shaking his head, he slowly took the canvas off the box on his bicycle. He propped up the stage and checked the story cards inside, patting each painting. Then he opened the bottom drawer in the box. You little jewels," he said, and started to hum again. "Thank you, Ba-chan. You make good candies, just like in the old days." From the top drawer, he took out 2 wooden blocks, and holding one in each hand, he hit them together. A sharp, loud clack rang out. "Come, gather round me, little ones. Your Kamishibai man is here again." Clack, clack. "Come, get your sweets and listen to my stories." Clack, clack, clack. "Ah, yes, I can see you now, all your bright faces, clasping coins in your little hands, so happy to hear my clappers, so happy to see your Kamishibai man. Patience, everyone, you'll get your sweets, each and every one of you. I have all your favorites, red ones and green ones, and the soft ones on sticks. And here comes that boy, the one who never has any money. I'll get to him later. So, which story will it be today? The mighty peach boy, born from a giant peach? But wait, let's start at the beginning. Long, long ago, There once lived an old man and his wife who had no children. After the Peach Boy, the Bamboo Princess was a nice change, a gentle story. Then my favorite, the old man who made cherry trees bloom. And when I was finished, you all went home happy, except for that poor boy. Would you like a candy? I asked once. He said, I don't like candies, and ran away. Then, one night, I was going home and saw a crowd of people gathered in front of a shop. They were staring at something called television. I was curious too, but not for long. It showed moving pictures. They were all jerky and blurry and had no colors at all. It wasn't long that when television antennas started to sprout from the rooftops like weeds in the springtime, and the more they grew, the fewer boys and girls came out to listen to my stories. How can they like those blurry pictures better than my beautiful paintings? I asked, but there was nothing to be done. As I went around the familiar neighborhoods, the children started to act as though they didn't know me anymore. Even so, I went on clacking my clappers, and one day a little girl poked her head out of the window and shushed me. Imagine a little girl shushing me. The Kamishibai man was making too much noise. I sat on a park bench and ate a candy for lunch. How could the world change so quickly? Was I a bad storyteller? Then that boy came, the boy who didn't like candies. Why aren't you watching television? I asked. I don't like television, he said. But you like my stories, I said, and he nodded his little head. I got up and set the stage. What's your favorite story? I asked. Little 1 inch, he answered. So I told him the story of a brave little boy who was only 1 inch tall. And as I told the story, the boy never looked at the picture cards in the stage. He was looking at me the whole time with his mouth wide open. He even smiled now and then. When I finished the story, I started to take out some sweets to give him, but he was already running away. Wait, I shouted, but he kept running and never turned his head. That was the last time I saw that boy. That was the last day I was a Kamishibai man. I was that boy, a loud voice cried out. Startled, the Kamishibai man looked up and saw that a large crowd had gathered before him. We grew up with your stories, someone else shouted. Tell us little 1 inch again. And the Bamboo Princess, the Peach Boy. He started to say something and people began to clap their hands. He took a deep bow and the applause got louder. A young man with a movie camera struggled up to him. They bowed to each other, and as the old man gave him a candy, a roar went up. Look, he has all the same old sweets, just like the old days. And the office clerks and shopkeepers, bankers and waitresses, housewives and delivery men, all lined up in a big circle around the Kamishibai man. It was dark when he got home. Bachan was watching the evening news. The Kamishibai man was the featured story. I see you had a busy day, she said. It was a good day, Chichan nodded. Will you be going out tomorrow? She asked. Yes, and the day after. Then you need more sweets. That would be very nice. Could you make it twice the usual amount? I'll see if I have enough sugar, she said, and shut the television off. Okay, everybody, so here is our own Kamishibai stage. So we already did the clappers to get started, and how this works is we have a little stage and we have these cards in it. So our first one says Kamishibai, and now I'm going to read a story, and this one's called The Little Crab. So it's made up of 12 individual cards, and I read what's on the back, and you get to look at the pictures. And each page, instead of turning the page like a book, we pull the card out. So here we go. Once there was a little crab who lived with his mother behind a small rock on the floor of the big ocean. One day, the little crab said, "Mommy, may I go to play by myself today?" Well, the mother crab said, I guess it's all right. You're big now and have a fine pair of claws. But remember, son, you must take care of your claws. Don't use them to get into mischief. I promise I won't, Mommy. The little crab answered confidently and then went off to play by himself. Click, clack, click, clack. The little crab was as happy as he could be and waved his little claws in the air. Choro, 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 choro. He walked along the ocean floor, taking quick little steps. Suddenly, he saw something up ahead. Ooh, some fish. It'll be fun to scare them. Click, clack, click, clack. The little crab is being sneaky. Look out, or I'm going to pinch you with my claws. He rushed towards the fish, going clickety-snap, clickety-snap. Fish says, "Stop that, you can hurt someone." Click, clack, click, clack. Look out, or I'll pinch you with my claws, little crab said. The fish, leave us alone. Don't be such a bully. The fish got mad and swam away. Ha ha, tee-hee, that was fun. I used my claws to scare them away. I wonder what I can do next. I know what. I can cut down all the seaweed. Click, snip, click, snip, click, snip. The little crab began to cut away at the seaweed growing nearby. Now we see a clam. Whoa, who's making all this mischief? We need that seaweed. You shouldn't do that. An old clam stuck his head out of the sand and gently scolded the little crab. "Oh, but it's so much fun," little crab said. "You are being very naughty, you know." "Oh, if you don't stop saying that, I'm going to pinch you with my claws too." The clam says, "Really? Are you now? Well then, why don't you just try that?" After saying this, Mr. Clam closed up his shell tightly. The little crab with a vengeance. "Watch out, Mr. Clam, here I come." The little crab took the clam in his claws and began to squeeze. Do you think he's going to be able to break it? How strong are those little claws of his? "Ouch, your shell is hard," the little crab said. "Ha, do you see what I mean, little crab? You should be very careful how you use those claws." The little crab, "Yes, Mr. Clam, your shell is much harder than I thought. I nearly cracked my claws." Well, I'll never bother Mr. Clam again. Oh, but look there. There's old Mr. Squid. He's taking a nap. I wonder what would happen if I tried to pinch him. Suddenly, the little crab became very curious and just had to find out. He crawled up to him quietly and then snip. Ow! Who did that? Who pinched me? Mr. Squid was furious. Suddenly he went whoosh. And what happened? He spit out a cloud of black ink, right? That's how squids protect themselves. "Hey, yuck, blip, blip, blip. Oh, blip, I can't see. The frightened little crab scrambled away. Suddenly he bumped into something. Oh no, a fishing net. Oh, look at him. Poor little crab. While he was trying to escape from Mr. Squid, he walked right into a fisherman's net. He pushed and pulled and tried to squeeze through the openings, but he was too big. He's a little nervous, a little anxious, frightened right now. Oh no. Oh boy, what should I do? I want my mother. Please, Mommy, help me. Mrs. Flatfish heard the little crab crying and swam up to the net. Please, Mrs. Flatfish, can you help me? Oh, poor little crab. There's really nothing I can do, but wait. Hey, I have an idea. You can use your claws. Cut the net with them. The little crab. Hey, that's right. I forgot about my claws. You think that's going to be able to help him get out of that fishing net? I guess if his claws are sharp enough. Clickety snip, clickety snip, clickety snip, clickety snap. The little crab snipped with all his might, but the net was made of very strong cord and did not cut easily. Oh, don't give up, little crab. You can do it. See, the cord is almost cut in one place. The little crab kept on snipping away at the net. His little claws cut as hard as they could on the cord, and little by little they were able to cut open a hole. Hooray! I made a hole in the net. Now we all can get out. Oh, I'm so relieved, said Mrs. Flatfish. The little crab really has a fine pair of claws, doesn't he? All the other fish say, yes, thank you, little crab. Thank you for helping us out. The fish were all very happy, and the little crab was pleased as he could be. Little crab was very quietly, I'm really very sorry for all the mischief I've caused. It will never happen again. Then he said goodbye to all of the fish and hurried home to his mother. He wanted to tell her all about his adventures and what he had learned that day. The end. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you learned a little something about Kamishibai, which is Japanese paper storytelling. I hope you enjoyed our stories and have a great day. Thank you.